Hey y'all, thank y'all for coming in. Okay, so
Hey, Kojo Andrews. Hi, Verity Brown.
we're gonna get ready to talk about Drag Into Darkness. So I want to talk to you about Drag Into Darkness. What made you write this story? What came up? What the idea of Drag Into Darkness came about?
Okay, so with Dragged into Darkness, I decided I wanted to write a horror story for Halloween. And I wanted it to just not be a horror story. I wanted it to actually have a meaning the readers would get something out of this story. So, I thought about it and I thought about it. And then I thought about, okay, well, why don't I do it where, some people they do something, they get in trouble, they try to run, they try to avoid the consequences and run from them. So I'm going to have them sign a contract, and they don't know they think they're signing a contract with this weird middle-aged man.
Yeah,
It's really a demon. And, I said, I can really make this really spooky, with the demon presence. But the demon presence, it's not the entire book. The demon presence really only come in toward the middle of the
yeah.
book. So it's really more about consequences. And these women, they got away with, well, they thought they got away with it because of Joe Evil came to help them, but he gave them riches and everything. But I want everyone to know that you don't get away with anything. You don't get anything for free either.
Hey y'all, for those that's coming in. Hey y'all, thank y'all for the gifts. Hey y'all.
And
Okay,
where's
so
my friend Tigger?
good. Leave Tigger where he at. Leave
I
him,
want to see
leave little
Tigger.
Cujo right where he at, okay? He gonna start barking in a minute, cause every time somebody asks about his little behind, he start barking.
That's my baby.
Not see here he come. Come here, Tiggy.
Hey, Tigger.
Come here. Somebody want to see you. I don't know why they want to see you. You must be famous. Come here.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Come here.
There he is. He is so cute. Now we could go on with the interview. Got to see Tigger.
You know he on camera. Tiggy,
Thank
you
you,
want to bark and
Artie.
growl at me and
Thank
bash
you,
your
Artie,
mama?
for
Say
coming
hi to
up
people.
there.
Say hi. You famous now.
Yes, you are, Tigger. He is so cute.
I'm gonna put you down. Let you go about your business. Go ahead. Don't embarrass your mama. Okay. Okay, one thing about the Dragon and Darkness, each stories have different situation. Where they sign, like you said, they sign a contract, but they don't know what they're getting into. So they're trying to
Hmm.
get out of it without realizing what they're dealing with. They're making a deal with the devil.
Hmm.
So it have a ripple effect of every course of the story. So what made you explore that? What made you want to explore that theme?
Well, honestly, I just thought it would be a good horror story. And like you said, a ripple effect. And I wanted to start out with, the way the beginning started out. The two women were clubbing, having fun, actually being reckless because it was ice on the road. And then, they were driving inebriated. And then, the accident happens. And from there, like you said, it was a ripple effect with different things that had happened in, because her name started out Tanya, but then it changed to Erica.
Yeah,
And her whole life had totally changed. And she was living life great along with Jasmine. Jasmine had a different story at a different time, but they end up meeting, and putting them together, I thought was electric. And with both of them, neither one of them knew at the time that they had signed a contract. And neither one of them knew they had signed a contract with a demon. Anyway, again, they just thought it was some weird old man. And I just thought that would just be very spooky and, for the season.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about Joe Evil because Joe Evil, his character was the whole issue, the whole problem. Cause the way he just pop out of nowhere, had me looking up, like had me looking up on my show, like, okay, who is this person? And the fact that none of the characters even asked questions, like, I know somebody did ask where he come from,
Mm-hmm.
but he was like, let's get to the point. We ain't got time for no introduction and then like that. He was just straight to the point. Sign the contract, I'll make everything go away. So that's exactly what they did. So what made you write Joe Evil into the character? What made you write him in a sense?
So Joe Evil was the first person that I thought about. And his name starts out jovial because you don't know he's a demon. And then when you find out he's a demon in the middle of the book, that's
Yeah.
when the apostrophe come in, Joe Evil. But yes, I decided that I thought that would make a great horror story with a demon. And you're probably too young to know about Dark Shadows. But yes, you probably know the I think, oh, they had a movie about Dark Shadows too, but it was more of a
Okay,
comedy.
Dark Shadow. I think I'm familiar with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm talking about like before I was even born, they had like a
Oh no, I
gothic
don't know nothing
one.
about this.
Yes.
I'm not
Okay.
listening.
So anyway, it was this middle-aged man who would just pop up, a couple of times. I thought about him. So Joe
Yeah.
Eaton was really based on him. And you said he'll just pop up. You could be in the bathroom brushing your teeth. He just go pop up. You could be eating dinner. He's just gonna pop up. And he don't have time for small talk. When
Yeah,
he
he
pop
did.
up, it's time for business.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
You better conduct business.
Yeah, he wasn't entertaining no small talk like he said we gotta say and to keep it moving. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say Joe Evil percent Erica and Jasmine with a look like an opportunity, but in reality, it really wasn't much of a choice. They both back into the corner with either faced with the consequence of their action and go to jail or sign a contract with something they fully don't understand. What made you want to put your characters in that type of impossible situation? Because as a reader, I kept wondering if they really ever had a choice or if desperation was making the decision for them.
I think it's the former. No, I think it's the desperation who made the decision for them. Because Erica did not want to go to jail, and I don't want to give away, but Erica, it wasn't even just going to jail, it was something else that could happen to her from the
Yeah.
young lady who died in the car accident. So she had two things that would strike against her that she was afraid of. And it was like more desperation than anything.
Okay.
Jasmine, she was 16 when what happened to her, and her mother was even there. So it was both just desperation.
Okay.
Their back was like to the corner. They were afraid.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely was great. Yeah, 'cause I definitely want to say, like, okay, if Erica and Jasmine had a choice to go over through their contract to think things through, do you think they would have changed? Do you think they would sign a contract, or do you think they'd be like, no, they'll just deal with the consequences?
I think Erica. I think Erica would have dealt with the consequences. I think Jasmine would have still signed the contract.
You think so? She would sign a contract.
Yeah, I think Jasmine still would have signed a contract. Jasmine was just Jasmine was just too much.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I definitely want to say when it came to time for Erica and Jasmine to fulfill Joe Eva's request, they was not on board at all. They was like the deeper they got into the agreement, the more they regretted it signing the contract. But at the same time, they also wish they had known exactly what they were getting themselves into before they signed it. So my question is, do you think their regret came from the actual task Joe Evil demanded them, or they finally realizing their true cause of trying to escape the consequences of their action?
I think trying to escape the consequences of their actions. A lot of times when it's time for us to honor contracts or to pay up, and Joe even never told them, what
Yeah.
what it instilled. Um, so they just signed blindly, not knowing what was going on. And and what Joe Evil was asking for them, it wasn't an easy task,
Yeah.
and it was a lot what he was asking for them, and he knew that. When he knew once they signed that contract, he knew he had them. He
Yeah. Yeah.
basically had their soul.
Okay, I definitely say that. Okay. So my question is now there was some definitely some plot twists in book one that I did not see coming. Because by the time I got
Which
to the
one did you like
end,
the best?
the plot twist, yeah, there was a plot twist toward the end. Because I was thinking about what wonder was gonna happen next. Now my question is, when you write in the twist, did you already know exactly where you're going with book two, or did there was a process develop as you continue writing the series?
Developed as I was continuing writing the series.
Yeah, okay.
Hmm. Yeah, because
So
initially it wasn't going to be a book two,
okay.
but then I decided, oh, I can get more out of this. Joe
Yeah,
Evil,
yeah.
he has a lot he can do, a lot of havoc that he can create with people.
Yeah, because with book two, we got a lot of more Joe
Mhm.
Eva out of this one than we did the first one, I'm
The
gonna
first
say.
one.
And the
Yeah.
first one is on Audible. For anybody that want to listen to it on Audible, Drag Into Darkness by Geletta Shavers is on Audible, narrated by J.R. Mason, correct?
J.R. Mason, yes, and
J.R. Mason, correct. Now
she's
listen,
from
when y'all listen to this, oh, it ain't no regular Audible that you just gonna listen to. It's some sound effects and everything in that book. I'm telling you, when you listen to it, you're gonna be thinking you hear anything, but you're not. I'm telling you, listen to the Audible. The Audible don't do the book justice. Like listen to the Audible, and it's definitely worth it. Listen to on Audible. Drag Into Darkness, that is book one. So book two, we're gonna be discussing book two. Dragon of Darkness 2, Michael. We're gonna get into Michael character. Now Michael book, I feel like in my opinion, book two is better than book one. Cause
okay,
you
okay.
get a little bit more of Joe Evil in this one. So before I move into the question about book two, do y'all have any question that y'all want to ask? Okay. I don't see anything on my end. Okay. So okay. Cause I want to drag. Okay, let's drag into get into Dragon in the Darkness, Michael. Because after everything that happened in book one, I was ready to see where the story was headed out. Okay, so what made you decide that Michael's story was the one that readers needed to follow in book two? Because Michael is a little bit in part one, in book one, if they pay attention. It's a little bit in book one. I'm not gonna go into detail about what he did in book one, but he was in book. He was in book
Wait,
one.
it's crazy self.
Yeah, so what other direction you could have taken to see what is about Michael that said you say, okay, I need this. This story is next. I need to tell Michael version.
Okay, so the introduction of Michael that morning when he was talking to Erica, he was just awkward and weird,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know that Michael was going to be in book two, but I um, I decided when I'm trying to say without spoiling anything.
Yeah.
What's I decided to give Michael some more scenes because I said, you know what, I can do more with him. So that's when he started getting those weird and crazy and obscene scenes. And that's what I thought, okay, so I'm going to build it up for him to be in book two.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I couldn't think of anyone else because the other characters, wouldn't be able to be in book two. I know Joe Evil was going to have more of a presence in book two because I explained how he became Joe Evil in book two. Book three is going to be about Joe Evil and his wife, you
Oh, it
know.
should be the way you ended that book. It
Yeah,
should be. It
yeah,
should be.
yeah. So I wanted to, again, I weave like mental health into my stories as well. So, at the beginning of Dragged Into Darkness to Michael, you see why Michael was always he was awkward and weird, didn't have any friends
Yeah.
because he had been bullied, as a child, as a teenager, even as an adult. and then the way his mom treated him. So I had all those things in mind before I finished Dragged in the Darkness 1,
Yeah.
when I knew it was going to be Michael's story.
Okay.
But I did not. Everyone seemed to love Mother. Everybody seemed, they were saying it should have been Dragged in the Darkness 2 Mother. So Mother had some good scenes. And I was like, well, it's supposed to be Michael's book. But everybody seemed to really love Mother.
Yeah, because Mother was something else. Because I think Mother definitely made the story, in my opinion. I think that's why I like it so much. Because we got Sister Michael, but Michael wasn't like his mama. His mama was something. His mama was something else. Like she was just, she was out there. Like she was definitely out there. And Michael was just very. Michael been bullied. You know, he been through some things and some trauma and stuff like that. But he was a mama boy.
He was.
But his mama wasn't. I want to say she didn't love her son, but she did. But almost to the point where she loved her son to a fault. But it's almost like she didn't want nobody else to be with him.
Well, Faye, that's true. But honestly, if you think about it through like the psychology lens, her manipulating him and all the lies that she did.
Yeah.
Did you really love him?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, I understand the manipulation and stuff like that, but sometimes people feel like people have a different view of love. You know what I'm saying? How they view love. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like, if I manipulate you, that means that I love you. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how people interpret love is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I was like, well, maybe she did love him in a sense, but in her mind, she feel like I love you by manipulating you. Like, sometimes love is an action. You know what I'm saying? You could buy me stuff. Some people like, if I buy you things, they let you know I love you. But that doesn't say the person who receiving it may not review it like that. You know what I'm saying? So they may look at it like, okay, well, I love you. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? You can't just buy love, but that's how some people think. Like, if I do stuff for you, that means I love you, but not necessarily. People ain't gonna take it like that.
But Michael believes that his mother loves her. And you're right. In her way,
she
loves him.
Yeah, she did.
That's genuine love. She only cared about herself. That woman was a hot mess.
That little woman, they are crazy. that woman.
Where you see her in book 3?
Now I gotta ask, and I gotta say this now. But we're supposed to be talking about Michael, but see, the mama really take over the book, in my opinion.
That's what everybody's saying. Yeah.
The mama really took over the book. So the mama manipulated Michael. And she had this neighbor, right? She had a neighbor. She didn't care about nothing about the neighbor. Like, she could stand that woman from a can of paint. Like, she hated that woman with a passion. But she tolerated her. So why do you think she just tolerated the neighbor?
Well, the neighbor, she was kind of nerve-wracking. The first day when she knocked on the door to invite them to the building, Michael had that piece of bacon eating and basically this is not a good time. Yeah. And she just pushed herself on in there. Yeah. So she was really, she didn't respect boundaries and everything. So that really got on Mother's nerves. And, but we know why she did that, for those who have read the book, why the neighbor, Kelly, was behaving like that. But eventually Mother started liking her because they bonded over the soap opera Beyond the Gates. Yeah. So every day at 1:00, Kelly would come over and they would watch Beyond the Gates together. But they bonded because remember, Mother, she don't care about anybody but herself. She did. Yeah.
She did. She didn't care about anybody. So she really did. And one thing I can say, the neighbor was a physical therapist. She was trying to help Mother better herself. But Mother knew ain't nothing wrong with her ass. So she just decided, I'm gonna play along, have Michael thinking there's something wrong with me medically, even though there's nothing wrong with her. Like, she played Michael to the point where, like, she She really used him. I'm just gonna say
And
that.
that's how she got him.
She
Just for
used
that.
Michael to the point where she got what she wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael also was like, well, I don't want to leave my mother because my mother needs me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like she never did want Michael to venture outside of her. Like
Right.
she wanted Michael to herself, but she started to realize that okay, Michael liking somebody, you know, and then and then she trying to get rid of the girl. It's just so much stuff into that book with the mama,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
then
think. I,
uh, I don't want to get too much. I don't want to get too much into it because I feel like the mama is something that's okay. Let me ask you, what made you decide? How can I ask it without giving it away? What made you decide to let it end the way it ended with the mother ending with whoever? What made you write that? Like, what made you decide to put them two together? Out of all people that she could have been with.
talk to Tanisha Stewart.
You think she thought it the one that
Talk to my
did it?
editor. Talk to my editor. Yes, I put them together. But Tanisha Stewart, she said they need to have a sex scene.
You know what? I'm gonna send her a message.
You need to send her a message. Tanisha Stewart
I'm gonna
said,
send her a message
Mother
and
and
ask her
Joe
why
Evil
would
need
she
a
come
sex
up with that?
scene. Yep. It's just because mother, you know what? This is the thing. And I think we are giving it away, but we've already said it.
Yeah.
Mother was horrible. Horrible. So, you know, why not let Joe Evil and Mother be together? She was just as evil as he is, if not more.
Yeah.
If not more. Yeah. So that was Mother consequences of all the things she did.
Yeah.
They ended up being with a demon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cause like when he found okay, the reason why he ended up with her is because he wasn't if order for him to do
Oh,
what
we
he
can't give it
needed to
away.
do, he had to be immortal.
Oh, you're giving it away.
But I ain't say, I did. Oh my bad.
Well, you already said it now. Yes, Joe Evil, he had a plan. He had to, well, you'll find out more in book 3, but I'll just give you this little tease. Joe Evil became a demon because of a witch. And, that's explained in book 2. Okay. Joe Evil's white, and it was during slavery. And Joe Evil was in love with a black lady. And he planned on moving to Canada and marrying her. But his father put a stop to it, and he had to marry this other, white lady, for the
Yeah.
land and everything. So he listened to his father, and he didn't follow his heart, but he didn't know that the black lady that he was in love with was really a witch, and she put that spell on him. So he had been trying for hundreds of years to become evil again. So that's why he's having to collect souls.
Okay.
So that he can, but he's never going to be fully mortal, but he can be mortal longer than a few minutes. Because if you notice, Joe Evil in the books, he's never in that mortal state a long period of time. Yeah. So it's only temporary that he could be in a mortal state. And also, he was a young man. So first, she made him old, like in his early 50s. And it's just, things just kept getting worse for him because of what he did for her. And ultimately, he became a demon. So, he just needed one more soul. And then he needed to get married to somebody. And, mm-hmm. And mother was it.
They like they two peas in a pod. I feel like when I saw that, they perfect for each other. They definitely they perfect. They perfect for each other. But the way her mindset is, like she don't care about nobody but herself. She don't even care about her son like that. But and then what took me out is that, let me ask, did she actually like you?
Girl, she couldn't stand you. Y'all was let me spit this one out.
I'm sorry.
Oh No, she
I'm
couldn't
just,
stand
I'm just
him.
asking you about like these are the real people in real life.
Yes, she couldn't stand him. Oh, remember when Joe Evil came to get Michael and she went and knocked on the door and talking about that Joe Evil here. She I didn't say you could just have a seat or oh it's you. Girl,
Yeah.
she couldn't stand that man. She couldn't stand it. But
Okay,
that
so
sex scene at the end seemed like she liked him a little bit, huh?
I gotta ask you this though. In book two, will we get an understanding why she chose to be with him? Cause I don't think you gave it in book two.
I did. She didn't have a choice.
Oh, they fight, they fight, they fight, they fight,
Yeah. Mm-mm.
they
She didn't
fight.
have a choice. Remember the conversation in the kitchen between Michael, her,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Joe?
Okay, got you. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, she
Okay,
didn't have a
okay. Yeah,
choice.
I remember that. Yeah,
That was
yeah.
part of the contract for
Yeah, part of
Michael.
the contract. Yeah,
Mhm.
that just. Oh my god, that just crazy. Okay, cause Joe even that little lady there.
Yeah. And you know how Joe Evil, he give everybody what they want, what they desire. I want to go back to book one, where Joe Evil with her, like I said, her first name was Tanya. But Joe Evil, when he changed her, like, because he had to change her identity and everything so she can get away with what she did. And again,
Yeah,
it wasn't just the law, but, it's from like some other people that could have hurt her
yeah,
because of
yeah,
what she did. And then Jasmine, she grew up and really didn't have anything. So he gave them both what they wanted. Michael, he's a serial killer. Michael
he was
got,
already dealing with that.
he was,
As
that's
is
right.
because he was just
That's
bullying
right.
everything, but he wasn't attractive. So Joe Evil gave him an
He got,
opportunity to be
get,
attractive.
gave him what he wanted. That's one thing about the devil. They're gonna give you what you want.
Yeah,
But are you going to be able to pay for what they asked for?
yeah,
So, yeah, because Michael had the yellow Cheeto teeth and all that. So he just, made him handsome, made him a millionaire, gave him the means to become a serial killer. And, he enjoyed every bit of that. But one thing, unaliver, serial
yeah, yeah,
unaliver.
yeah, yeah,
Let me say that.
yeah, 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 definitely.
And but he never unalived anyone that didn't deserve it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely say that. Yeah, I definitely say that.
Mhm.
But with Michael, with Michael, he struggled. He tried to. How can I say? Michael struggled in his childhood. Being the only child, really. And then taking care of his mother. He feel like he could never really do nothing for himself. So he finally had an opportunity, to branch out and get away from his mother. But I kind of noticed that as he was doing that, his mother was not feeling it. Like she was just trying to do everything she could to keep him right where she had him all this time. So
Right.
do you think that was her intention was to try to keep him where he at all times, try to control him in a sense, but didn't
Okay.
want him allow him to grow?
Yeah. Well, to answer that, I am going to do a major spoiler for that. Okay.
Okay.
That's a great question, Faye. So, in the beginning, and this is not a spoiler because I just, I want people to understand what Michael went through. In the beginning, Mother only chased men. She chased men. She did not care about her son at all. Okay. And Mother would, you know, emotionally abuse Michael, beat Michael, put him in a closet, and things like that. When she had the accident that placed her in a wheelchair, she was chasing literally after this man that
Yeah, she was.
thought like was her boyfriend. So she was trying to catch him in the act. So this heifer climbed a tree, got in the tree, looking in the window to see if he was having sex with the woman because he saw it was a car in front of the man's house, and she knew it was a woman's car because it had those big old eyelashes on the headlights. So she tried to see if her man, cheating or not, but he really wasn't even her man. She climbs up in a tree, have her phone so she could try to record him. And he was having sex with, and then fell out the tree. So she became paralyzed. And she didn't have anybody. Nobody, the men didn't want her. She couldn't chase after the men. The men didn't want her for XCX anymore. So the only person she thought she had was this little boy that she abused.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I
yeah.
was saying, was it really love? Because she manipulated him, and she hovered over him, and she did not want him to have friends.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to love you or care about you like I do, Michael. You have to watch out for these little fast-tailed girls, Michael. These boys not going to do anything but make fun of you, Michael.
Yeah.
I'm the only person that you need, Michael. And then he grew up thinking that and believing
Yeah.
that she conditioned him that way. So, and then he didn't think he could go anywhere or do anything because he felt that I need to take care of my mother. You know, he didn't know she was vindictive. He didn't
Yeah. He
know
didn't,
that.
he didn't know until later on in the book, until he got later on in the book.
That's right.
But one thing I can say about the book is that you touch part on that people don't realize. Like when people, like when kids, like I know, like I have previous data on my life, like in my past childhood trauma and stuff like that. Um, when when you're a child, you everything that your parents tell you it works. You see what I'm saying? They're like it fun. You gonna believe what they tell your parents. Your parents can't tell you no wrong in your eyes when you're young. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You gonna believe everything that they tell you. Like okay, but they saying it must be true. It must not be false. Until you get older, and then you start to realize, okay, this is not right. This is not what. This not how it's supposed to be. So you start to come into your own sense and your own understanding. So it's kind of hard for people to gap there. Like, wow, why you be like that. And I think some people tend to forget. You never know how their person was raised. You don't know what their parents told them, so they gonna believe what they believe. Like, and they might be like, "Oh, I'm never good enough. I'll never find this. I'll never find nobody," because of their parents instilled that in them. They don't know no difference until they realize, okay, this is not true. This is, until they get to that point. But yeah, mother, that little lady something else.
Yeah, she was. But my favorite part was writing the tree part. When she got up there, she got to see what she wanted to see, but she couldn't record because she fell out the tree.
Yeah, out of all things you could have did, why would you climb up a tree? I ain't climbing up no tree for nobody.
So that story actually happened somewhat, except my friend didn't fall out the tree. I actually had a friend in when we were in our 20s, and she actually climbed a tree to look into her man's house. So that's actually where I got it from. But she didn't
Oh,
fall
okay.
out the tree. But I made mother fall out the
Yeah,
tree.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's where I got it from. Yeah, that was just funny as hell to me. That's still funny. 30 years later, that my friend climbed the tree, and then guess what? She caught him messing around, and she still stayed with him for at least another year. If I'm gonna do all that, I'm gonna leave your tail.
But not only that, but not only that, I feel like if a man willing to make you do things that out of your element, that you don't need to be with that person.
You don't need to be with him.
You don't
Mm-mm.
need to be with him because ain't no way. I'm crying up on no tree to be try to change. If you cheat, I'm not. I don't care how desperate I am and
That's
anything
right.
like that. I know a lot of women. I'm not gonna say a lot of women. I'm gonna say some women
Mm-hmm.
who be in a relationship with people and they feel like their significant other may be cheating, they go so extreme with it, try to catch them cheating. And
Yeah,
you don't realize you're putting yourself in jeopardy.
that's
Like,
right.
you confront the people, but you don't know what you're putting yourself into.
Right.
Because you don't know what's going on in their household or anything like that. But for me, I look at it like this. If I find out you cheating, okay, you got to go. But just know this. I'm a type of person. I'm so petty. Like I'm most the pettiest person I could possibly think of.
You gonna get your lick back,
See, I'm gonna
right?
get my lick back. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna be in a relationship with you, and like everything is cool. Once I get my lick back, I was breaking up.
Girl, you know you cracked me up on that live when we were talking about that. You had me
With G
laughing.
Michelle.
What you were on my live.
You're
But
like,
that
yeah,
was,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah. You
yeah.
said that. That was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that. I'm serious. I will. I'll get my lip back. I'm gonna let you think. I'm gonna let you think everything okay. She wants that shit like I'm done. I'm out of cause my thing like I always tell people like you could be in a relationship with somebody, but mentally you could be gone, but your body is still there. Like until I always tell people all the time, I was mentally gone. I was mentally gone from my relationship.
Mentally checked out. Yeah.
I would have mentally checked out, but my body stayed. I was just waiting for my body to leave. Once my
Yep.
body ready to walk out, then it would nothing for me was coming back. So
Right.
it was easier for me to do that. But that's what people don't realize that some people already be mentally checked out, like they checked out completely. They're not in a relationship. They think they single. That's it is what it is. But it's just physically there. If I got to do all that to make sure you ain't cheating on me, I ain't got time for all that.
I know
You
that's
ain't got to
right.
stress me out.
Mm-mm. No, no, no. You're not gonna get me over before my time. Not at all. And like you said, I'm not gonna climb a box, let's know on a tree, to look in your window to see what you
Yeah.
do. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And then not only that, and then I have and then not only that, when people go through people's phones,
So when people go through people's phones and then they still, if you're gonna take the time to go through somebody's phone and you find something, but you don't leave, what was the reason of going through the phone? That's what I always wondered.
I
Just
don't
to
know.
know, because you could continue to go through their phone and continue to see these things, but you still stay. If I'm going to stay, regardless, I'm probably not going to go through the phone and put myself through that. But yes, actually, I have a book that I started, but I put it down, and it's about four women in their 40s and 50s dating and everything. And one of the scenes is about them them all talking about this girl. She is tracking her boyfriend, and she go to through the phone, and they're like, "You are like 45 years old. Why are you doing all this? If you find out this man's still cheating on you, and he's in his 60s, he's still cheating on you, and you still with him, what's the point?"
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
know young women to do that and still stay. But what about more mature women who's been through all this? Why do you stay? Because there are women in their 40s and 50s that do the same thing and stay. So yes. But I
Yeah.
guess that book may come out in a couple of years. But I did start it. It's called the Gloating Girls. So
Okay.
not the
Okay.
gold, but the
Okay. Got
Gloating
it.
Girls. Because it's gonna be it's gonna be three sexy black women and one sexy white woman.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some people have different opinions about when they're going through people's phone. Because I feel like this. Because I did when I was younger. Went through people's phone. I knew what I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
'Cause like my mama told me, she told me a long time ago. When you go through something, you're gonna find exactly what you're looking for.
Mhm.
She told me that, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I tried to find just to prove a point. Cause I had my ex at the time. My ex at the time, he had a picture of him and he had a picture of his ex in the wallet, and I'm like, why are you still having a picture of her in your wallet? Like,
Right.
what the purpose of you having a picture of her in your wallet? And so I went to the wallet. I said, what's in your wallet? I said, you went to my wallet. I said, yes, I did. You still got a picture in there. If y'all not together, so help me understand what the purpose of the picture for. I just want to understand.
And what did they
He
say?
can't get my understanding. I said he never could tell me. I said that's exactly my point. You just
Mhm.
prove exactly what I was looking for. I was just waiting for you. I just want you to tell me the truth. But that was it. But like I tell people all the time, like you're not gonna go through. If you want to go through my phone, I'm gonna give it to you. And matter of fact, I'm gonna show you what you're looking for.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you exactly what you're looking for. If you want it, you want to find it, I'm gonna show you exactly what you're looking for. But no
So
question asked.
so I never went through anybody's phone, but this guy I was dating. My daughter, she was 10, and she still knows it to this day, and she's 24.
Yeah.
She went through my boyfriend's phone, and she saw a message where This woman was saying that she enjoyed having sex on the kitchen table and when can they do it again. And she brought that to me. And, I told him, I'm like, it's over. It's
Yeah.
over. And he said, what are you doing going through my phone? I said, first of all, I didn't go through your phone, but you may not be wanting to let a 10-year-old play games on your phone.
Phone, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think she ever played games. I think she was just being nosy,
You being
going through
nosy.
stuff. Yeah. She went in my drawer one time and was nosy, and I told her exactly what she found. And she's like, she gonna stop being nosy. But yeah, she
Yeah,
still,
stop being nosy. Yeah, that's what
yeah.
people don't realize. You being nosy gonna get you. You gonna find something that gonna hurt your feelings. That's what people don't realize. That's what people don't really realize when it comes to that. Cause
Yeah,
I
I know
definitely
that's true.
definitely say stuff like that. People just feel the way they feel, but which is okay. But I know for me, I ain't the one.
Right.
I'm
Me
not.
either.
I'm not the one or the two. Don't play with me. I've been there, did it. I know exactly what's going on and stuff like that. So yeah, and I'm kind of excited because I do have an interview at the end of the month. But it's not gonna be on live, but it's gonna
Oh,
be on Zoom. You gonna definitely when I say you definitely gonna wanna watch the interview on YouTube. I'm gonna tell you the name of the book. It's two
okay.
books. Two book series. It's based off of true story. It's based off two events, but
Well,
the
you're gonna have
name
to
can
tell me
change.
so I can start reading it.
It called C. Jackson is Thickens, faithful to nobody, and faithful to nobody too.
Okay, I'm about to write it down. Okay, because I be on, girl. You have some good lives and interviews. You said
Yeah,
faithful to no one
faithful to nobody.
or faithful to nobody.
It both on Kindle Unlimited called by C. Jackson is Thickens.
Okay,
Faithful
okay.
to.
I'll be ready for it then at the end of
Yeah,
the
cause
month.
I'll be doing an interview on him. And we're gonna be doing on Zoom and they're gonna upload it to YouTube. I can't wait to talk to him because like he told all his business. When I say you want to know his business, he telling it all.
Yeah, I'm not ready for all that.
Yeah, it's like I mean, the third line is really, really good, but you get his point of view. That's what I like about it. You get his point of view. Cause like I told him, I said, is you don't, cause it's a lot of when you read it, you gonna see why I said it. It's a
Yeah,
lot of women that read the book don't like it because they mad at him because why would you do this? Why would you do that? But my thing is, I look at it like this is your truth. This what you went through.
hmm,
You mature, you know exactly what you did, and you learn from it.
that's
You
right.
admitting your mistakes. I gotta give you that because a lot of people, what he did, a lot of people ain't gonna admit that.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably start that big book Sunday. We have a writing sprint tomorrow, so I'm trying to get started on the Night Storm Killer
Oh, nice don't
tonight.
kill. Okay,
Hmm.
okay. So we kind of got off topic, but let
We
me.
did, didn't we?
We kind of got off topic. Okay, so we got book one and book two. Dragon to Darkness 2, Michael. That's the book. The book one is on Audible with narrator J.R. Mason. So I want to get a little bit into you, about you a little bit. Okay. So when you write, what made you become a writer? How you become a writer? Or what made you decide, okay, I'm going to be a writer today?
When I was a little girl, I lived with my grandparents until I was 13. My grandmother died when I was 13. That's when I moved in with my mom. So I lived with my grandparents, and there were no children, on the street where we live. So I was lonely. And growing up in the 70s, we didn't have cable. We
Yeah,
had
yeah.
4, 7, 11, and Channel 2. So there was nothing really for me to watch on TV. I did get into soap operas, but after the soap operas went off, it just wasn't anything to watch. So I just started writing, and I did not know my biological father. So a lot of stories I would write would surround my biological father
Yeah,
and
yeah,
different
yeah.
things like that. Um, I stopped writing for a while. I mean, when I was 13, when I moved into my mom, it was very stressful when I moved into my biological mom because she did not want me there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
writing was a way to get away. Um, you know, And I will say this: I call myself wanting to publish a book that I had written, like in pencil and
Yeah,
on
yeah,
notebook
yeah.
paper and everything. And my mother actually offered to type it out for me. And it used to be like these little rag magazines, like the Sun and Inquirer and all that. Like at the back of it, where the advertisements were, it would say how you can publish a book for $150 or something like that. And she wouldn't give me the $150 to
Yeah,
publish.
yeah.
So, which it wouldn't have been good. I was 13 anyway. It wouldn't have been any good. But that was when I knew I wanted to publish. So I was writing up until, I guess, until I got married. I got married at 19. And
Mm-hmm.
then I stopped writing, but I was still reading. And then when I went to college when I was 31, I stopped reading, period, because I was just so stressed out for, reading the textbooks and things like that. So reading wasn't fun to me. I didn't pick back up writing until I wrote my debut novel, The Inheritance of Amaya Montgomery. And I wrote that for therapeutic reasons because my biological mother, who gave me to her parents because, she didn't want to raise me, I'm the one that had to like take care of her when she was diagnosed with dementia and everything. My sister that was in Texas, it was just me being stressed out. I was dealing with my mother with dementia. I had to take her to court so that, in Arkansas, it's a mental health court through the Arkansas State Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to take her to court for her to be evaluated. And of course, when she was evaluated, she had to have 24/7 care. So I picked up writing again because writing was always therapeutic for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I wrote myself, even though that was a thriller. Um, I was able to write myself a happy ending for Amaya and her mother because I'm never going to get the "I'm sorry" of what I did to you, Geletta, from my mom. So I just wrote it in the book. And then it just felt so good with all the stress that I have in my life. It's just, I'm back to when I was younger, being able to get away, like fall in love with these books and just not be in the headspace that I am in with stress. And then with writing, like Jasmine, Jasmine was getting back at with the pedophiles, men
Yeah,
and
yeah,
women
yeah.
who, hurt children. And she had them in cages and everything. So someone as close to me that I love was sexually assaulted. And I want to hurt them. But of course, I can't go out and hurt them. So I can use my pen to get all that anger
Yeah,
out
yeah.
and everything. So, yeah. So that's why I started writing. That's why I picked it back up again. It helps with stress.
Okay.
And so,
Okay.
I guess if my life become great, I'll probably stop writing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so my question, this gonna be my final question before I let you go. So, uh, is there any book events you tend into? Where can we find you, and also where can they stay, keep up to date with you, to get be in your book business? I'm gonna go say book business.
All right. So I will be at oh Tales Between the Sheets. It's going to be in Memphis, September the 19th. And I'm going to be at License to Thrill in Nashville, October the 23rd and 24th. I know you're not traveling that far, Faye,
Yeah,
but we're
I'm
going to
telling you,
miss you,
yeah.
girl. We're going to miss you.
I know. Maybe, hopefully next year. Hopefully next year, I'll be in somebody's state next year. I'm hoping and praying,
Yeah.
with the finance and everything. Hopefully, I can get
Yeah,
it.
it's expensive traveling, paying for the hotels and things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And then they could find me on IG at author_Geletta_123, TikTok author Geletta Shavers, and Facebook Geletta Shavers.
Okay. 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 And then one more question. It's gonna be my last question. Okay. If you could,
I'm ready.
collaborate with any author dead or alive, who would that be?
If I could have lunch, can you say that again for me?
No, who you if you could collaborate, if you
Ooh.
could write a book with an author, who would it be, dead or alive?
Uh, I would say Edgar Allan Poe because he was so twisted, and I love like now the Tales. I can't even think of the book. Now that's my favorite book. And then the House of Usher. I would love to collaborate with him and just be able to like get in his mind and said, hey, before we start this, where do your mind go when you start writing these stories? Because they're dark and most people don't think like you. And I think out of the box. And also Octavia Grant, because that girl is a powerhouse.
Yeah, yeah, she definitely, yeah.
So yeah, so I'm gonna say one dead and one alive. Edgar Allan Poe and then Octavia Grant. So yeah.
Okay, that'd be good. Now, hey, Latoya, we were talking about Dragon to Darkness and Dragon into Darkness, Michael too. So that was the book that we were discussing. Cause we had started at 6 o'clock. So it gonna be on YouTube. So I'm gonna post it on YouTube sometime this weekend. I got something to do tomorrow. I got something to do Sunday.
Oh, you gonna be busy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be busy. So hopefully I'll be able to get all author interviews from this week uploaded sometime this weekend. So yeah, I got a book event I'm tending to tomorrow. So and I have another live tomorrow night with Arthur Blackberry. So we could be discussing Kingpin written.
Okay.
She said you didn't tell her.
I'm sorry. I thought I did. I thought I did. I thought I told her that mine was a week after hers.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
I'm
was the week
sorry.
after her, Latoya. I mean, it's gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. So
And hopefully you invite me back for her soul, his revenge.
yeah, yeah, I definitely be back. Yeah, I definitely be inviting you back. I want to do something for October. Though. I want to do something different for October. Just like a horror, just strictly horror author for October.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then that would be for the Night Storm Killer then. Because
Yeah.
that's for Halloween, but it's going to release first at License to Thrill.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you for joining me, talking to me about
Thank you.
Dragon to Darkness, Michael, and yeah, cause I can wait to see what his little mama got. The little helper.
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes,
can wait
yes.
to see her and see what her and her little husband doing.
Yes, girl. They gonna wreak havoc. So, but you're gonna find out a lot about Joe Evil then. You're gonna find out, about his rearing, his adulthood, what made because he was a kind person, and of course, if he fell in love with a slave and was going to marry a slave, he was a good person. So he went from good to evil. So I think that's going to be fun to write that transition.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So we get more a deeper backstory of him. Okay,
On
got
Joe
you, got you,
Evil.
got you, got
Yeah. So it's gonna be more about mother gonna be in there. So, but it's still gonna be more about Joe Evil.
you. Yeah, okay, okay. That'll be good. That'll be good. That'll be good. That'll be good.
And that may be the last because sometimes you don't want to keep writing and then the story like get bland to people.
Yeah, yeah. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Cause I was gonna say, maybe we could get it back to her mother.
Um, I was thinking about that, but I just don't know. I
Well,
don't
cause
know
everybody
the
like mother and
backstory.
but too. I don't see why not. Cause to be honest with you, I could care less about your evil. I
You
just want
want
to know
more
what the mama
backstory
been
on
up to.
mother?
I just
Okay,
want to know what she been up to. Like, what's her backstory? I
okay,
want to know why she became why she did what she did. In that book because I feel like there's something in that background,
okay.
something in that background of story that we don't know about. Cause that's one thing I want to know what happened to her to be the way she is as an adult. Cause I always believe, who we are as an adult is the reflection of our childhood. Cause I'm a
It
true
is.
believer of that.
That
So I
is what
definitely
happened in
like
our
to know her
childhood.
backstory.
What happened in our childhood influenced our adulthood. You're
Yeah.
exactly right. You are exactly right. Well then we could do a backstory on both of them. And then since you suggested you could be a beta reader.
Okay. She used to be what?
I said you can be a beta reader for that book,
Oh,
for the
okay,
third
okay.
one.
I thought she used to be a baker. What now? A
No,
who?
I
I
said
ain't shit
since you
that lady cook.
no, I said since
Oh,
you
wait a
want
minute. Okay,
more
gotcha.
backstory,
Okay,
I'll do a
gotcha, gotcha.
backstory for both of them.
Okay, gotcha.
And then you can be a beta
Okay.
reader.
Okay, well, just let me know.
That's Tigger saying he want his mama.
He always want his mama. He want his mama all day, every day. He always want his
Mm-hmm.
mama.
Oh, he getting mad now.
No,
He said,
he
"Don't be tell,
growl. Anytime
he don't be
somebody,
tell his business."
anytime you buck and growl, he'll growl in it.
And knowing he's not gonna hurt anybody.
Ain't gonna do nothing. As soon as somebody
Mm-mm.
come in here, he take off running. He scared of them.
Yep.
That's why I tell people all the time, he scared of you more than you scared of him.
Mm-hmm.
He just scared. But he don't like nobody be close to me though. That's one thing I can't say.
So he's protective of you.
Yeah, he very protective of me. He don't like nobody be close to me at all. He'll bark and growl. He don't like nobody being close to his mama. Especially my little neat dog. Oh, he can't stand my neat dog. Like
Wow.
we like he'll tolerate him. Like him and my neat dog don't play well like that. Cause I mean they play, but my dog Tigger, he look at him like a little person. Like you ain't nobody. Yeah, that's how
Tigger
he.
think he human. Tigger
That's
think
how
he
I that's
human.
how I tell people all the time I say here, Tigger think he my man. He ain't.
Uh-huh. Well, I know my dog Thor. He think he my man. When I was married to my husband, like if my husband would hug me, he would jump up and start barking. He didn't want my husband hugging me. Only person he would let touch me was my son. He would
Yeah,
let
your son,
nobody
yeah.
else touch me. Mm-mm. He even bit my
Hey.
friend. He bit my friend when she hugged me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yes.
wow. He
Mm-hmm.
ain't never he never bit nobody. Cause I tell people all the time when they come visit, I let them know that listen, I have a dog. I put them up in a crate. Like some people say, when you have dogs, this is their house. You should let them be free. But that is true. But when you have visitors in your house, you don't know how your dog gonna be at.
Right. And
I'd
he
rather
did
put
me
him in a
better.
crate because let something happen where he bit you or something, it gonna be some shit, and I'm gonna be pissed
Yeah.
because they gonna take him away from me, and we gonna have a problem.
Yeah, I was scared.
It's not just that it's not that I put him up because you get a dog. I put him up for his safety,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
for you.
She wasn't
For
mad.
his safety.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
because you
she was
don't
a
know
dog
what.
lover. She
Yeah, you
wasn't
just don't know
mad
what's
though.
gonna happen.
Yeah. But I was scared. Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad you was able to join and got to see your baby.
Got to see my baby with his cute self. And I am going to check out Faithful to Nobody
Faithful to Nobody by
by
T.
T.
Jackson and Thickens.
Jackson. Yes,
It's
I'm
on it's
definitely
on
going to.
Amazon. Kindle Unlimited, so you be able to read it.
Okay.
It's
It's
a
not no four
novella,
or
so it's
five
real,
hundred
real short.
pages, is it?
Huh?
It's not no 400 or 500 pages,
No,
is it?
it's like 120.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, on
Okay.
both books, 120, something like that. But when I say
Oh,
it, the T is there, the T is there. Okay.
okay. Well, I have to start that
I'm waiting on
tonight.
him to do book 3. I told him you need to do book 3.
Okay, I'll be ready for it. Okay, what's the date for this interview and the time? So I can make sure I
It
have it on
gonna,
my.
it gonna have to, I'm gonna have to upload on YouTube. I'm gonna send you a message explaining to you why.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay.
I'm, I'm gonna send you a message explaining to you why. Yeah,
Okay. All
yeah.
right. All
All
right. Well,
right.
I guess I'll see you for your live tomorrow.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye,
Good night.
everyone. Thank you.
See you. I can say bye,
Bye, Tigger. All right. Good night,
Kiki.
everyone.
Bye.